Good.
Big Sean, everybody. Big Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, they love you, bro. These are some of your biggest fans. We have your number one
Major.
fans in the building today, bro.
Fire. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it.
I see a lot of you went to the pop-up shop this weekend as well.
See that merch?
Yes,
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Y'all sold the merch out too at the pop-up shop, so thank you for that. That was my first time doing a pop-up shop and really experimenting with the merch like that. So y'all, we spent so much time doing the merch. Like as we were making the album, we were also making the merch. So that's why a lot of the merch has like the lyrics incorporated and all these different things, Faith of a Mustard Seed and the underdog just turned into the wolf and all that type of stuff. So it's just cool to see that actually, manifest and happen. So thank you guys for that. For
Absolutely.
real.
One
Major.
time. Give it up. Make some noise. Come on.
Hey.
I Decided officially out. Congratulations,
Yes.
Big
Thank
Sean.
you.
Been
Thank
working
you.
on this album with your friends. Been working very hard. Bar
Yeah.
level just stepped up again.
Yeah, again.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. I always try and, it's cool I hear myself get better every album too, So I hope that people can hear that progression and I hear just, I think it has to do with not just the music, but every aspect, man. When you get older and wiser, you know what I mean? You become a better person.
You're
and
growing up.
yeah, luckily it translates to the music for me too. So I'm just excited to share it, excited for people to hear it. And I put a lot of life force and energy into it, man. So I hope people enjoy it.
I was gonna say that I feel like you're sharing more and more with each album and each project. Like you're talking about family, you're talking about relationships, you're talking about what you're really going through and what a lot of us, your fans, go through too. Is there a favorite you have on the album? Because I know Cruz and I were in the studio listening. We're already like, that's my favorite, but then that's my second favorite, and that's my third favorite.
It changes. It just like. I can't even pick one favorite from the album because it's like my favorite in the first part of the album, my favorite at the end. Like, the song like Inspire Me is one of my favorites about my mom, but then I like Sunday Morning Jetpack too. Then I like Sacrifices. Then I like No Favors too.
I love Oh Me.
And I love Bounce Back. I think Bounce Back
yeah.
is like great too. Oh Me is for sure.
Oh Me is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Oh Me
man.
and Inspire Me. But
Yeah.
on Inspire Me, did your mom hear that before the actual
Yeah.
She knew that was going to be for her, dedicated to her?
Well, I played it for her. I remember when the album was like 70% done, and I was playing her just songs, so I was playing her like a whole bunch of songs back to back, and I didn't like give any disclaimer about the songs. I'm just like, here, check out some music. Cause she always was like, let me hear the new music. She's always, my mom is always like scared that my new music may not be that good. She's always like, let me hear it before you put it out. Though.
Right. Make sure
Toughest
you don't
critic.
fall off. Sean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she wanted to make sure I'm not like tripping or like, after she doesn't see me for like a month or so. It's like, wait a minute, let me hear what you're doing. Like, so I let her hear the music, and then Inspire Me came on, and she was loving it. And then halfway through the like first verse, she was like, oh, it's about me.
Aww.
And then like literally, so that was halfway through the first verse. Then by the end, she was like, she started crying. You know what I'm saying?
And then
So-
your dad even got the shout out in that song.
my dad.
Well, he got like an anti-shout
I
out.
was playing my dad.
Like
I
a
was
kind of
playing,
sort of shout out.
Kind of sort of shout out.
First of all, I have a great dad too. My mom and dad aren't together, but my dad like was a real dad, man. He was always like driving me to school, always
Playing
there
catch,
for me.
everything?
Yeah, playing catch, all that. So my dad came through and was listening to the music too, and he was just like, damn, man, you always making me look bad, man.
Can I
when
get
you
some
go-
love, son?
He's like, man, you gotta, but I'll probably do a song about my dad one day too. I don't know if it'll be the same as the one about my mom, but he deserves a song too. I gotta really like think about it. how to
Dads
do it.
don't really get songs. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you got
he-
Dear Mama,
Dear
Hey
Mama,
Mama,
yeah.
but it's just like, you know what I mean?
He deserve it. Yeah, that's true, right?
No dad love here?
Dear Mama used to be my mama ringtone when she called me in high school. So I used to hear that song all the time because I was not answering the phone all the time.
Right.
I would be out past my curfew like, Dear
Yeah.
Mama.
on the album, you send her the voicemail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And that's a bad habit, and that's something that my mom, I take care of my mom. I take care of my whole family, but the thing is, it's just like, that whole song wasn't just a song about praising her. It was a song of like letting her know like, yo, I'm sorry for when I don't be, answering the phone or attentive, or, I'm sorry that my communication is off sometimes. You know what I mean? I was just keeping it real with her. So that's why she probably that's probably right. It really touched her too, you know.
Dad is
so.
just waiting on that apology song.
Yeah, my dad.
He waiting, man. I know you were, very early on. You were very nervous to show, your music to your moms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the first verse you spit for your mom?
No, I don't remember the first verse. I just remember because I read it off I wrote it in a yellow notepad, and it was when the first rap I wrote, I was probably about 10 or 11, and two of my friends had just started this rap group. So I'm like, let me be in a group. And like, you know how to rap?
Oh, no. What was the name of the group real quick?
The name of the group was the Young Boys.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So then...
B-O-Y-Z or B-O-Y-S?
Z, for sure.
You gotta be cool. You gotta cool it up.
You gotta have the cool Z in there.
Always gotta have a Z popping. And then I remember her just writing it and going to her and rapping for her, and she was just, I don't know how good it was, but she was pretending like it was real good. And she was like encouraging, like, you gotta keep going, like write another one,
Oh.
That's a crucial moment though, because your mom could, and that was at a time where gangster rap was real popping, and in Detroit, like that was one of the things that, my family was trying to keep me away from, which it was inevitable though, because we grew up in a hood. So, I'm just happy she didn't associate rap music with that then, now you got, but that was before like Kanye, that was before, conscious rap was like a main, I mean, it always was, but like my mom didn't, Tribe wasn't on the radio like that. Like a lot of that stuff, it was more so like the gangster rap, Pac, Biggie, you know what I mean? Dre. It was like popping. That was popping. So I'm just happy that she like saw past that and wasn't like, don't be doing this. You don't need to be in the streets.
You need to get a real job.
Yeah, you know what I mean? She was encouraging, and she went into debt. We grew up in debt, and she would still be paying for my sessions and stuff. She was a real one. So.
And now I love how you take her everywhere with you. One of the first times you
did, right?
Yeah, one of our, I think it was like Cali Christmas years ago, you had your mom there. So that was the first time I got to meet your mom. And then at the listening session last week, you had moms there. And it's just so cool because she's in the vibe. She's taking pictures with Chris Brown. And
yeah, she would have been here today. She just left back in town, out of town. But the thing is just like, when you got people who've been there for you, and my dad be around, my brother too, like when you got people who was there for you from day one, that's going to be with you if it all falls apart. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them people love. And it's just like, I even got friends that's always around me that's been there for me too. And, it's just, that's major. You got to keep that.
That's love. That's family. My dad will be like, I told you were going to fall off. I told you shouldn't have been up there thinking you knew what you were doing.
It's only a matter of time.
You know what I mean? Sean, really quick, look at the screen. We're running back a performance that you did. I think that was a Powerhouse. Was that Powerhouse?
Yep.
Yeah. Fire.
Lit. Fire, bro.
Yeah.
You're like, that's me. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, that was hard. That's when Kanye came out, too.
Kanye came out
and
that
Janae
day.
came out too.
Janae was just on there, yeah, man. It's funny you mentioned, your mom and just now Janae. My mom is the same way. When I'm with somebody, it's all love. She'll welcome them on. But the minute we're done, she hates her.
She's
always hated her, and she's got an example on why she hates her. Oh, that's good, mijo. Porque last time she was here, she stole from me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, why didn't you tell me?
Yes, that's how it be. Like. She always got a reason, right? Like, as soon as it's over, she like, well, I knew that wasn't the one.
Like, yo, Mom, why didn't you tell me?
That type of sentiment, but no, that's just how moms are.
How did we get to I Decided, the title?
I Decided, I mean, it's a real definitive thing for me. I decided. I feel like life is based off of decisions, right and wrong, where you end up in life is just based off of that. But the album has a story too. It's my first time having like a concept to the album, from the cover to everything. And if you look on the cover, it's me and the older version of me. Yep. And the younger me, old ass version of me. And I wanted to. 2 years apart.
I know.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's parallel to each other. You know what I mean? And the only thing that separates them is this tree. And one of the underlying things about the tree was like, even in the song I said, with the faith of a mustard seed, I kept growing. So it's just like, that faith is like the difference between that life and this life. And even though it's parallel right next to each other, it's so different. And it's just like, a mustard seed is like this big, and then it ended up being like such a big thing. So it's just like, that's also like a metaphor for just like the faith that you put into yourself it's just, you know, that tree is like blossoming and going up. But obviously throughout the album, you know, it starts with the skit from the older version of me, and basically he failed at everything he ever did in life, you know, from love to family to just like feeling like he could have bossed up in his, you know, where he was from, his neighborhood, his city, and just, you know, feeling like, man, like this ain't what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. You know, he was working the same job for 45 years, and then somehow, you know, it implies that he gets hit by like a car, and then somehow it goes to current day me, and I get a chance to do it all over again. And I do make some of the right decisions, the wrong decisions, but obviously I ended up making the decisions that changed my outcome. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also throughout the album, I'm getting guided by the wisdom of my older self. And the only reason I came up with the idea for the album is because that's how I really feel. So when I was talking to my homie one night after the studio around like 4:30 a.m., I was telling him, like, man, you ever felt like this was like our chance to get it all right? And he was like, you know, looking at me crazy. It was like one of those like,
he was like, hey man, you
it was like
right
a high
now,
type of conversation, but no, we wasn't high though, but it was definitely that type of, and he was like, what you mean? I'm like, man, sometimes I feel like this was like, you know, what if we got to the end of our lives and was like, God, I fucked up, like I dropped the ball, can I get a chance to do it all over again? And, you know, he'd be like, all right, I'm gonna give you this chance. You know, you're not gonna remember this, but I'm gonna give it to you. And he was really, you know, the next day when I was talking to him, he was like, man, that whole concept stuck with me. He was just like, maybe you should try and incorporate that in a song somehow for the album. And then I was like, I should just like incorporate that to the whole album. Because when people listen to it, I do want you to feel that sense of like getting yourself together, man, because that's what it's all about, especially 2017. It's like time to stop putting the energy into what you can't change. Like, you know, you might be unhappy with the president or whatever these things that
we're all unhappy about the president.
Well, yeah, but point is, it's just like things you can't change, though, honestly, necessarily. You know what I mean? All you can do is just put that energy into yourself, be the best version of yourself. That's how you really make that change. So that's why I feel like this album was important for these times right now. So I'm happy that people.
It's very important to the culture, very important to us as your fans. We decided the album is fire.
Yes, we did.
Download it, get the physicals. Coming out when again? The
physicals are coming out, I believe the 17th, right, Zeno? Physicals 17th. For I Decided will be out the 17th. The only reason that it was delayed is just because I wanted it to be experienced right. You know, I didn't want my shit leaking. I didn't want my music to prematurely, but hopefully people, you know, the fact that it is digital, that you go out there and support it, because I still want to make a statement, you know what I mean? I still want it to be heard properly and do the numbers. So stream it, support it, you know what I mean? Put your homies on, all of that.
The physical is the total fan experience. You get to open it, look at the artwork.
And it's definitely an advantage too. The physicals, like, it's definitely something to look forward to. It's like cool little package we put together for it. So
straight up. Now listen, like I mentioned earlier, we have some of your #1 fans here. Some of them had to put on for Sean Don.
Yeah.
So we had different animals in here. We had like different snakes and tarantula in here. They had to put it on to meet you.
Are you serious?
Check this video out right here.
I'm the one that you're gonna take that dress you're saving out the closet. I'm the one you need alone. I'm the one that when you're around your friends that you gotta put on speakerphone.
Just from me, I'm gonna give them heaven on earth for a hell of a check, whichever comes first. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man, that's lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend.
Yeah!
Girl, you're so Britney Spears right now.
Oh, no.
So working. Oh my goodness.
Yeah!
Should I do like a little move or something?
Oh, she got the moves.
There's a lot of hesitation there. Yeah. Okay, the tarantula is now on Jessica's hands. It's crawling on her hands.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Nervous and heart shaking. I'm so shaking.
Get near the microphone, Nate. Get near the microphone. I might be brown, but I don't mess with snakes. I'm serious.
And anything to say to Big Sean after this?
Yo, can't wait to meet you. The new album is fire. Heard it all the way.
Man, that's wild right there. That's real right there.
Are you
that's
scared?
Real love.
Are you scared of any of that, like snakes, tarantulas? Are you?
I'm not scared of it, but I just like prefer maybe not.
You scared?
Okay, so we scared of it. That's okay to say we scared.
I'm not scared of it. Like, I mean, yeah, if I walked in my crib, saw a big ass tarantula, I'd probably, you know. be a little excited, you know what I mean? Or a snake, you know, I walk and see a anaconda or whatever that was. Might would be a little thrown off, but I'll be straight. Yeah.
Have you gotten some rest? You don't sleep.
Not, you know what? I slept last night. I did sleep last
Get
night.
8 hours in?
I got 8 hours last night.
Man.
I haven't got 8 hours in a while, but I'm catching up from like not sleeping for days.
Yeah, we're still trying to catch up from 2005, I believe.
Yeah. But you know, that Super Bowl, I feel like everybody just was taking a break yesterday watching the Super Bowl.
Chill.
You know what I mean?
What'd you think of Lady Gaga's performance?
Thought it was really like fire. She's theatrical, man. You know what I mean? I thought she did a great job. Just her voice sounded good. You know what I mean? When she caught the ball at the end and jumped.
That was amazing.
You know all the
that was a gif.
all the memes and stuff like when I be jumping to conclusions. That was silly, man. But I thought the performance was great.
That's what's up. What up, KB?
I wanted to talk about Grammys because that's obviously the next big thing that we're looking forward to. And some of your friends are nominated. So
we gotta get nominated for I Decided next year.
Which we will. We'll be there. Best rap album, though, Chance is nominated. DJ Khaled, Drake, Schoolboy Q, Kanye West, and De La Soul. So if you have to pick for that best rap album category, some of the homies are in that category. What is your
Look
prediction?
at Sean's face, by the way.
I think that that's tough. I don't know. I hope that it's just like, wait, what name the category one more? I mean,
it's Chance the Rapper for Coloring Book, De La Soul for And the Anonymous Nobody, DJ Khaled for Major Key, Drake for Views, Schoolboy Q, Blank Face LP, and Kanye West, Life of Pablo.
I just hope it goes to the best, the best. May the best man
Sean.
win.
Say Pablo, bro. Say Pablo. It's
say
okay.
Kanye.
May the best man win. But yeah, for sure, Kanye. I feel like Pablo, but I like Chance. Chance project was crazy.
Chance was, yeah.
And
Khaled.
you and Chance dropped the song with Jeremiah in December, but I know you guys had a few tracks together. Last time you were here, you said that you and Chance were working on a few things that we didn't have yet. So one of those being one of them. Is there
that's my brother. I do hope he wins a Grammy for sure. I really do. So he's like a cool guy. He's one of my one of my true friends in this industry. You feel me? So that Living Single that we dropped, me, him, and Jeremiah, that was literally just a gift to give because Bounce Back had been doing so well. And I dropped No More Interviews and all those type of like songs that I just wanted to keep the momentum going and like get that to the fans as like a present. Like, man, I hope y'all like this song. So
holiday present.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Sean, I heard no interview, so I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I get it. I
But
get it. The
wasn't
Rock
saying
Nation questions and the dating questions, I totally get it.
Yeah, but you guys asked a lot of good questions too. So
Well, thank you very much for that,
Yeah.
Sean. Appreciate that. But the Roc-A-Fella necklace, Jay-Z hands that to you. He gets it done, specially made for you.
Awesome.
yeah.
He hands it to you and he says you deserve it. That's got to be surreal. Growing up as a Jay-Z fan.
I never really thought I would get a Roc-A-Fella chain. You know, it's always a chain that like, at least growing up in my, when I grew up, that was the ideal chain to get. You know what I mean? Like,
You remember when Ye got his on stage?
what?
Chaining Day,
Training
man.
day.
Chaining Day, crazy. But that was just a real. There was some real genuine guys, man. Jay-Z, Kanye, like, obviously, especially Ye putting me in this position, just giving me that chance, that deal, seeing the potential more than anything. I'll never, ever, nothing can compare to that chance that Kanye gave me for sure. So, it's just cool to have Eminem featured on my album, coming from the D.
Yeah.
That's like amazing feeling, having Jay-Z give me a Roc-A-Fella chain. That's like dream come true.
Every dream is coming true.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I've been talking to Zeno and getting it together, but that's the only reason that I'm just now starting a record label with myself, just to give somebody else that chance to put them on, because I do believe in karma. You know what I mean? I believe in the universe, so it's just like I really am looking for. I already got like producers.
You got
And
talent?
stuff like that. Yeah, well, like one of my producers, he produced on 13 out of 14 songs on the album, Amir Johnson. I got Key Wayne, who like produced for me and Beyonce and Drake, and he produced on the album as well. And another producer, Rob Got Beats, but I'm looking for artists. So that's the number one thing I'm looking for right now.
How do they get their stuff to you? I know it's not through a DM or link in bio, so what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it
tough,
can
it's
be a
tough.
DM and link in bio. We do be clicking on the links in bios, but well, I'm gonna drop an email for people to send stuff to because I have an email, but I'm just trying to see. I don't want it to overflow.
Right.
You know it
Like
will.
I get
You
when
know
people
it
come
will.
up to me and rap for me, I give them an email to send the music to. But I don't want people to spam it up. I'm gonna give you an email before we leave. I'm gonna just make sure it's the right email from Zeno. Yeah,
You've
but
had-
I am looking though. I'm looking.
That's
actively.
dope. You've had people walk up to you and freestyle, and some I'm sure are garbage. So what? How do you curve that, bro? Because you still got to be nice. You're a genuine dude, you know.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes it is garbage. Sometimes it's good though. You know, I just whatever. I take the time to listen every time though. Hear it out. It's cool. Whatever. I ain't tripping. It's 1 minute out my life.
Yeah, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
Big Sean's I Decided is officially
Yes.
out. Make sure you get that
Get that,
downloaded,
get
man.
that.
Yeah.
Bars. Big Sean has come through Power 106. He's pulled up on us many times.
Oh, yeah.
Been here
Y'all
since
family.
the beginning of his career.
Yep.
Period.
When it was just YouTube love.
Yeah.
And it's official now. Big Sean is family, and he's Power 106 all
Oh,
day.
yeah, don't
man.
get it twisted. I know that y'all have helped me out tremendously, man. So I'm here. You know what I mean? I
Likewise.
give back as much as I can, and anything I can do, to return the love that y'all gave me. But it's no comparison to when you turn the radio on, you hear your song on there, man. That's like a major feeling that never get old. So I'm here doing what I can do.
It's like sending a risky text and getting a cool reply back.
Yeah.
You feel me? Woo!
Yes.
You know, yeah.
I wanted a 3 a.m. text for sure.
3 a.m. text, and you get a text back, and it's official. It's go
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Listen,
It might even be better than that.
You know what I mean? Could be
It
better
might
than
even
that.
be better than that.
There are a few things that I can't decide on. My fiance is pregnant. She's giving birth any day now.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank
to
you very much, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Baby Cameron.
I'm still trying to decide if I should watch the baby come out. Like if I should watch it come out. What do you think, Sean?
Great question.
That is a real thing right there.
That's a real thing.
I don't know. Maybe you could stand at
I'll
an
be in the room.
Maybe you could stand at an angle. Maybe you could stand next to her so you see the baby coming out, but you
I'm
don't
talking
really
like Tom Brady waiting for it.
Nah.
What do you
know.
think?
Bounce back.
Bounce
Stand
back?
behind her.
Hey, you
Bounce
know what?
back.
Maybe you should ask her too. What she thinks.
She wants me to watch it. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she wants me to watch it.
You could be there and just keep your eyes on her though, like on her eyes, like
Just make that dead eye contact.
dead eye contact.
Not looking anywhere else.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing though. I bet you'll love every minute of
Yeah.
it.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, of course. man.
Eventually,
One of these
right? Down the
days,
line?
Yeah, of course. Who
Little
doesn't
Sean
want
Don's
kids?
running around.
Yeah,
Oh, little
Right?
Dons.
100.
You talked about signing different artists. We may have somebody you can sign. His name is Big Juan. And he redid Moves, and he's moving, and he needs a truck. He needs some boxes. Do we got it? Ready to go? Sean, check this
Yeah,
out.
he said he needs what?
Damn, eviction notice. Landlord keeps texting me up. Landlord keeps texting me up. Lordy. I gotta move. Can you help me move? Cause I gotta move. Yeah, I gotta move. I got 30 days. That's what my landlord says. He did. I'm thinking Van Nuys. That's cool. Come on, can you help me, guys? Please. Cause I gotta move. Can you help me move? I gotta move. Yeah, I gotta move. You got any boxes? Yeah. No, bigger boxes. Bigger than that. How about some tape? No, the thick ass tape. Yeah, that one. Give me that box right there, pass it. Need your credit card, you haul needs gas in it. I'll pay you back on my mom, I got it. Live it check to check my bank balance. Okay. I'm on Sherman way away. Already got a sofa on layaway away. You on your way? My ass has gotta move out today. Got you on some Little Caesars for today. Is that okay? I gotta move. Can you help me move? Cause I gotta move. Yeah, I gotta move. I got 30 days. That's what my landlord says. He did. I'm thinking Van Nuys. That's cool. Come on, can you help me, guys? Please. Cause I gotta move. Can you help me move? I gotta move. Yeah, I gotta move. You got a truck? No. Can't live with my mama. Can we bring back Obama? Please. I'm Big Juan. Dios míos.
Wow.
All right, Big Juan is here. Big Juan, get over here. There he is.
Hey. Big
Someone help
Juan.
him move. The best part is that's what my landlord says.
My landlord says.
My landlord says. All right, bro. Yeah.
Looking for deals?
You feel me? At Crucial Records, we had to move on. You know what I'm saying? But
No,
we'll
that
give you
was
the
funny.
email, bro. Don't worry about it, bro.
I gotta move.
I gotta move. Yeah, man. Just having fun with it, man.
Sean, I wanted
was
to
silly,
talk
man.
about obviously just that people remixing your stuff all the time and you hopping on collabs. Is there some kind of process that you go through when you get asked to be a feature, turning down features, something you want to get on or that you wish you were on?
Like it just all depends on the song, the situation. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, one of my latest features. This is new song with Jeremiah and Chris Brown. That just
Fire.
came out, and Jeremiah is featured on my album. You know what I mean? So that was like we were already in the studio working on something. That was just like it came up, it got done like right there. But sometimes if it's like at the wrong time, like, you know, sometimes my schedule back to back to back to back. I don't even be sleeping, and I can't get to the studio in time to do the feature. You know, sometimes I like love the song, but just can't come up with nothing to it because I guess I'm not inspired by it. You know what I mean? So I only do things that I feel is like right. I never try and force it. I used to try and like force features, but that's a little too stressful. So I just do what like I like, and
If you feel it.
yeah, that's
Work
pretty
at
much
your
the
own
process.
pace.
Yeah, but I don't get it twisted. I'm always working. I'm hungry. Like everywhere I go, I got a studio in my house, studio. You know, when I go to New York to do anything, like I got
Overseas.
the studio that night, studio overseas, studio on a tour bus, studio everywhere because I'm like addicted to working. That's just like what I do.
The wolf is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Sean.
Mm-hmm.
I decided. Officially out.
And
More
you
with
know
Big
what?
Sean
And there's
next.
always
What's
somebody.
up?
There's always somebody working trying to take my spot. I always feel like that. So
You feel? Yeah, you gotta feel that way.
yeah.
Because
I don't
there's the
take it
next
lightly.
generation of cats that are just as hungry as you were when you first started. You're still hungry.
Yeah, and they my sons though. They gotta
feel me?
recognize. They gotta know. that.
There he is. Sean, you're
100.
obviously a fan of hip hop. You grew up on hip hop. What does hip hop mean to you today, this very moment?
Man, it means everything. It's the way I feed my family, and it's the way I take care of myself. It's the way I get to get my ideas off. It's the way of venting. It's a way of like, it's just a positive thing for me, man. I don't know what I'd do without music or hip hop. It's like it is literally my heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
Could you see yourself doing anything else?
No, it's
Acting?
all I ever. Yeah, I can. For sure. I'm a young Denzel. You know this.
There he is. There he is.
You know this. I can do that. I probably can do a lot of other things, but this is what I want to do the most. This is what I wanted since I was 10 years old, probably. And I made that decision to, you know, do it professional when I was like 11. You know, I was like, this is what I want to do. So
Really quick, I want to thank everyone who got this together. Everyone from the Flavor Unit, thank you very much. Everyone sending up to Ashley Hollaback. Yes, Ortiz is right there. Make some noise for Yes.
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 Brian, what's going on? The Halal guys for the food. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Jeff G, the Sports Zoo producer of the Cruise Show. Thank
Producer.
you. World famous DJ E-Man as well.
DJ
Mackenzie,
E-Man.
thank you guys.
No, thank you guys for
You know,
everything.
you know better than anyone. It takes a team, Sean.
It
right?
takes a team, man. It sure does. And when you realize that, and you realize that you represent so many people at one time, you know, I always tell my team that, like, even when I would put the album out, I'd be like, man, this is your album too. Like, this is all our albums. Like, when people that don't know me, that know y'all, look at this album, they gonna think about you. That's like all my people who work with me. So it's a team effort, and without a team, I wouldn't be nowhere near. I wouldn't even be anywhere. I'd probably still be in the basement somewhere.
And speaking of your team, I know you helped offer courses for kids in Detroit that don't know of all these opportunities in the music industry. I saw you doing an interview where you're talking about it.
Yeah.
Growing up, you don't know that there's managers and a PR team and all these things, which I didn't know either, you know, until here at Power 106. But you're actually offering these courses to students so they know what they can do with their future.
Yeah, I started a curriculum with my mom. It's my mom was a teacher, English teacher, and a social studies teacher. So we started a curriculum through my foundation called Mogul Prep. And Mogul Prep, basically what we do is we offer insight on certain jobs in the entertainment industries, music industry, you know, all of that to kids growing up that may not know, because I just know when I grew up, I wanted to be a rapper, but that's because that's what I saw. You know what I mean? And I didn't know. Nobody told me anything else. Like, I think that's why so many people get caught up and want to be a rapper or athlete or, you know, because it's right there in front of them on the TV. But what they don't know is that all the things that go into that are behind the scenes that also have careers long after they're gone too, you know. So, you know, what we did is we were just showing them, you know, we have a curriculum and we show them like what a publicist does, what a publisher does, what a creative director does, what who else? Just everybody in the music business, like all these different positions, a lawyer, business manager, a business lawyer. Like, I'm the last person to get paid. I'm going to just keep it real.
The artist is the last person.
I'm the last person to get paid, and I'm the one busting my ass out there every night on the stage. That's sore, that's sick, even when I got the flu. And it's just like, my business manager's at home.
Chilling.
You know, they're doing, no, not chilling, but they doing their work, but they get to go home every day. That's a luxury, you know, for a lot of people to have a job. And, you know, from the lawyers, it's just like all these different things that occur behind someone that are very important jobs. And guess what? If my career ends tomorrow, they still got jobs. You know, they still have long-lasting careers. I think that's important for people to see, and especially for kids. So it is a curriculum that we've integrated into some Detroit schools and some schools in Baltimore that we're looking to expand on, because it should be taught. That should be taught in school. That should be a curriculum. That should be something that kids know in high school, because it's preparing them for the real world. And you got, you know, and those positions are real positions and real paying jobs.
Please focus on your education, because not everybody's a rapper.
So
chances are you suck.
But if you want to look more into it, you can go to the SeanAndersonFoundation.org and check it out. It's a real curriculum though. It's mogul prep.
I've noticed a infatuation you have with a certain something.
Okay.
Elderly people. You include?
Not infatuated.
Is that a fetish?
No.
Is that a search word? Is that a search word?
You mean like on Ellen, how we did on Ellen?
I saw that, on Ellen, the performance, which was really cute because they're all dancing out there.
Yeah.
And even in the videos.
And you've done it before, yeah?
You've done it before.
Yeah.
We see the older Sean, the young Sean on the cover. What is the connection there?
Well, that's one of the underlying themes of the album, is giving another chance. It's like second chances. And a lot of those people, I just remember talking to them, they were like, man, I haven't had this much fun in 20, 30, 40 years. Like, a lot of them were coming up to me. Like, they were partying all day in the, like, dressing rooms. Like, they had the most fun of their lives. But not only was it just paying homage and respect to them, but that's one of the underlying messages of the album, is giving that second chance. So that was just giving them, like, a chance to wild out like they were young. You know what I mean? That was really just the whole point of the song, of the performance, and, you know, them having to dance to moves and stuff. And they were live, though.
They had the moves.
Yeah. So it was just all out of love and respect and paying homage and giving them a second chance. Feel me?
Love that.
Yeah, Big Sean is here. We have some questions from the audience. Garcia, what's going on?
We got Ronnie from Lakewood that rapped his way to this event right here.
Yeah, by the way, he cursed on the air, but it's all good.
Yeah, he cursed on the radio.
He was like, fuck that. You gonna get some dick today. It's like, come on, bro. It's like, bro, we're live, bro.
So I had a question basically in regards to like something I overheard like in an interview you did about talking about the book by Paulo Coelho. The Alchemist. So I just wanted to know like what you took from that book and how did you apply it to like your own life?
That was one of the books that had me like choked up, man. It was one of the books that like I read that I just was like, man, I gotta do what I love to do. I gotta like, and it made me realize that to pay attention to all the omens in life, no matter how big or small. I told this story a lot of times before, but I just remember right after I read that book, it was the time where, like, I didn't have no record deal or nothing, but I was, like, you know, on the grind, recording. And I remember it was late at night one time, and I remember I was hungry as hell. All I wanted was, like, this McDonald's Egg McMuffin. Like, that's all I wanted. I didn't care about anything else. Like, I was stressed out. Like, I was like, I'm getting me this Egg McMuffin. I had no money either. So, like, I'm thinking I could scrap some change up in my car. And I get to the window and they handed me the Egg McMuffin and was like, all right, have a nice night, like for free. I was like, damn, that's crazy. It was like they knew that I like didn't have any money, but then I was just like, man, that gotta be the universe talking to me, letting me know I'm on the right track. And it was right after I read that book, and I just remember that he was going through all these different things, and he kept getting all these omens. Some were real big, some were real small, but he always paid attention and was like, you know, appreciative of that. But that book, man, is like a major part of just my like way of thinking. So I appreciate that book a lot.
Very cool.
All right, what was your name and your question for Big Sean?
Okay, my name is Sergio. I have a question. It's like, it's obvious you're successful in life, and my question was really like,
Thank you.
Is how do you handle family and work? The reason why I'm asking this is because I work Monday through Sunday. I'm on the grind. I'm trying to build my own business, which is a barbershop, and right now I'm trying to see how you balance your life with family and your personal life. So I'm trying to seek some feedback and advice from you.
I'm not the best person to ask because I don't balance it that good. That's why I try and have my family around me while I work because I'm always working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like, it's not that I don't love them or value them, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm just not going to stop, you know? But I don't know if that's healthy, though, to keep it honest with you. I think that, I don't know if I'll look back and be like, man, maybe I should have took a little more time to, like, smell the roses or something, but that's just not where I'm at in life. So I don't know. I don't want to give you the wrong advice.
Okay.
But I think you're on the right track. But if you feel that you need to, you know, take more time for your family, that's a very valid thing. Family is very important. And losing family is probably one of the most things where you will regret it the most not being there for them.
Okay.
So
Right, thank you.
Good question, bro. I thought you were going to ask him to come to your barber shop. I said, not today, bro.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm working really hard. Basically, will you come to my barber shop?
It's opening this weekend.
What's your name and your question?
My name's Nicole, and my question is, there's a lot of music out there right now, and I know you obviously listen to hip hop, and it's a big part of your life. But is there any other type of genre of music or any other artist that you like listen to on your free time that you could tell us about?
I've been listening to a lot of jazz music lately. That's like my favorite genre right now that I've been riding to somehow. I used to like not be fucking with jazz like that, but I see. I'm just keep it real. Like I used to not like be a fan of jazz like that, but now I love jazz music. I love classical music. Yeah, I love the instrumentation. I love just the different rhythms that are in it. I like how, you know, the different instruments, saxophone and like all the like horns that are take the top line that the vocal would be at. Sometimes I love that, and I love. I love all genres, honestly. I feel like there is no more genres of music. It's just either good music or bad music. You know, I feel like there are great rock songs, country songs, rap songs, heavy metal songs, alternative rock songs. You know, just, it's not even a pop, electro, like everything. There's good of everything and bad of everything. So I feel like the only two genres nowadays is good music and bad music.
Is there a favorite song?
Favorite song of mine, just ever?
Yeah.
Jazz song?
Any song.
Favorite song. Nah, that's hard. You know,
that's a tough
hard.
one.
I don't
man.
have a favorite song. That's a very hard thing. Yeah.
You mature though,
Wanted to
listening
show you
to
the screen. Look
that
at
young jazz, man. That's maturity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. It's great. And then when I was younger, I didn't appreciate it.
Right.
Hi, I'm Karina, and I just want to know, how do you get past discouragement and stay focused on your dream, your goal, especially as a college student right now, like failing classes or just, I don't know, or when someone like, you feel like someone's better than you at something. I don't know. How do you get past that discouragement?
Well, you got to remember that everybody's on a different, I always remember everybody's on a different path. You can't ever compare yourself to the next person because they're not you and you're not them. You know what I mean? They didn't come from where you came from, and even if they did, their story is still different than yours. Yeah. So what you have to remember is that in the race of life, when you got people next to you on the right and left of you, that you're only going to slow down when you look at them. You know, how you do your best is when you stay focused and on your goals and your finish lines.
Your vision.
So just, you know, I just feel like just feel good. Once you feel good from the inside, everything else will start happening good on the outside. And just don't compare yourself to anybody else because they're not you. Yeah. You know, and you got the best seat in the house of life. You know what I mean? So just enjoy it and be proud of who you are. Feel me?
Thank you.
One more question for Big Sean, the guidance counselor.
Hi.
Yeah. Right.
My name's Susanna. I have a two-part question.
Okay.
The first one is...
Here we go.
Two-part question coming on.
And nothing is stopping you. You said you didn't even have any gas, but somehow God just led you to it. Like, let's do it. Is that true?
Yeah, 100%. That's very true. You know, that's that faith. That's that faith that money can't buy right there.
And the second part of my question is, again, Hall of Fame is you kind of just trying to put yourself out there. The way it builds up, between that and Paradise, we saw you grow up. And then I decided I want to know if there's any decisions. You know, you talk about the way that you decide things changes the course of life, sort of like the butterfly effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any decision that you would have changed from finally famous to I decided?
Wow, that's a great question.
He's going to email you his response?
Nah. No.
I thought about this all week.
You know, there are... Well, I'm going to keep it real. Like, there aren't things that I regret. There may be things that I would have done different, but I can say that if I did have a chance to go back and do it again, I would not change anything. Looking back, I may have would have done different, but if it would have altered anything that had me to do where I'm at right now and the things that I've learned along the way, then I would not have it any other way, feel me? So that's just what it is. Like, you go through all these different things. That's even like bounce back, man. You take an L, but you bounce back. That's the true testament of a person, of a champion. It's how you come back and how you you are in the present moment. So that's I hope I answered that.
You did. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. All right, listen, I Decided is officially out. Everybody get it if you don't have it already. Physical's on the way. Big Sean, everybody. Cruz Show VIP party with Big Sean.
Yeah, thank y'all, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks to the Cruz Show for that, that support, just having my back. Man, you already know what it means, man. To me and the fam, and just to the fans and the supporters who got love for me, man. Hearing my music on the radio, very, very major. And thanks to everybody supporting the album, man. Spread it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stream
Merch.
it. Thank you.
Send love to your mom from us, man. Straight up.
Oh, yeah, 100. I'm sure she'll see this. She'll be watching.
Yeah. Big Sean, Cruz Show, VIP party, Power 106, #1 for hip hop. One more time for Big Sean.